All right. Hey, everyone. How you doing? Brendan Snyder here. Got Anthony Covielli with me.
Good morning.
I never say your last name. Did I pronounce that right?
I don't even know.
Oh, awesome. Well, that's how it sounds in my head, so that's how you're going to hear it. We're at Sound Exchange today, and we got a different kind of topic for you guys. You're usually ranting, raving, things we dislike, things we hate. There's lots of that out there. But today, I thought we'd talk about what we love about music. And obviously, that's why we're all here. We're all music fans. I'll kick off with it just in that, for me, it takes me back to a specific time. I can pop on an album and immediately know where I was when I heard that song, or maybe where I was when I bought that album. And there's just all kinds of killer memories tied up and stuff like that.
Yes.
What about you?
Yes.
Yes. You should do yes and.
Yes and.
Right, because that always continues the conversation. That's a weird thing I was watching.
Oh, do I have to have the and?
You have to have the and.
Just because I say and.
Right.
If I don't have an and.
Because if you say yes, yes, but, then you're putting something down. It's negative. But yes and is adding to it.
Yes and.
So you guys get a little bit of, I don't know what that is. That's Psychology 101. You know, how to talk to people, how to continue conversations. If you're at a bar, you're trying to pick up a girl, always say yes and let her keep going.
Now I get it.
Right. Okay, back to music.
Took a second.
So back to music.
Wow.
So, I mean, the other thing is I remember like as a kid, having trouble making friends. I wasn't the most outgoing guy.
Music is a good...
Yeah, I was a bit shy.
Bridge.
Right, and you could go up to somebody and ask them who was their favorite band.
What's up, man?
What's up? How's it going?
And go up to somebody and ask them, hey, what's your favorite band?
Yeah.
And it immediately started a conversation.
Or the t-shirt.
That's what I was going to say. Or if somebody was wearing the t-shirt and it's got the Iron Maiden on it, you could go up to them and be like, dude, did you see the last tour?
Yeah.
What do you think of the new album? So it's one of those kind of things that you could easily make friends with.
When we grew up, music was very segregated also.
Yeah.
So if you listened to anything other than what you listened to, you were an asshole to those outside groups.
That's true.
Like the punk rock kids couldn't hang out with the metal kids couldn't hang out with the hip hop kids. If you listened to pop music, you basically didn't even exist. It was insane.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah.
So it was comforting to see somebody with a t-shirt on. You know, if you saw a Pearl Jam t-shirt, you're like, fucking thank God.
God, right. This guy speaks my language.
So
Right.
And that has evolved over the years to where it's really not like that. And I see that with the kids buying. They're buying everything. And they talk about everything. So not only...
Yeah, but some of them just wear the t-shirts because it's fashionable.
Those are the assholes.
Yes, and I fucking hate that.
You know, like the kids who come in here and they'll speak to Jimi Hendrix as well as The Weeknd, as well as Taylor Swift, as well as Gangstar, let's say. So to have somebody that can talk to all those different realms and genres is really badass. We didn't have that as kids. I was that guy.
Didn't. Yeah, I mean, I was a diehard rock and metal guy, and I didn't venture off into any of that when... alternative rock and grunge music and stuff came in the early 90s. I
hate that word grunge stuff.
I know, but I segued into
It's rock and roll.
Nah, it's not. I know.
So what doesn't make it rock and roll? But we're getting off topic.
Skid Row is glam metal. Guns N' Roses is glam metal.
Guns N' Roses is
and
rock and roll.
Nirvana and Pearl Jam are grunge.
The rock and roll. It's all rock and roll to me.
And Black Sabbath is
not
metal.
It is not metal.
This is going to be our forever beef. But that's the thing. See, we can joke about it. We can laugh about it. And that's another thing that I love about music. Yeah. You and I, when I first came into the store, fell in love with it just because it's a great music store. Tons and tons of CDs here. And I couldn't get over finding a place that was like this. But you and I talked. And from the moment we started talking, I don't even remember what that first conversation was.
It was just about music.
Yeah. We hit it
and
off.
We were friends instantly. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love that. And here we are a year and a half later, still friends doing stuff like this. We go to, music stores and other things, travel different places.
Because of music.
Because of music. Exactly. And I've made a lot of friends here at this store through music.
We have a Monday click.
That's right.
People come in and hang out on Mondays and we just talk nonsense.
Yeah.
We talk music.
3-4 other guys besides you and me.
There's John, there's Mitchell, there's Bobby, there's Dave occasionally.
Right, that's Dave. That's who we're missing today. Keep waiting for him to walk in. You guys saw him in the last video.
Looks like he blew us off today.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, is he actually at Vinyl Addiction?
Because it's Christmas week, he's probably getting some stuff ready.
Right. Some of you guys asked what the record store was.
Vinyl Addiction.
It's Vinyl Addiction.
It's about 20 minutes from us.
Yeah. Arlington.
North Arlington.
Yeah,
It doesn't
North
sell
Arlington.
online.
Yep.
Got to go to the store.
Yep.
I
I
won't
know.
hold shit for you either.
Yeah, just like this one here, man. It is an in-person experience. Music is that way. It's another thing that I like. Twofold on that. I was talking about how you make friends, but I will say this about music too. Music is something you can do alone. So if you don't have any friends, you can still get an album, put it on, listen to it, enjoy it. And I know, again, as a shy kid, music was a thing for me that I could do by myself. I could go to a concert by myself. I could go to a record store by myself. I didn't have to have friends
And it
to do
didn't
it.
matter if you did because you had
music.
always had a friend.
I know.
A friend in whatever record, CD, tape that you had in your pocket or that was moving you at that point in time.
That's right, man.
Yeah. That
And-
gives us... What's up, dude? How you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
Excellent. Help you find anything?
Just looking for a minute.
All right, man, do your thing.
Actually, Neil Young before and after, you know.
CD or LP?
LP.
I'm a CD guy, so I always go point to the CD.
Awesome, thank you.
I love the
This
song
one,
selection on that.
It was awesome.
Right?
It's
I didn't listen to it yet. Is it worth
yeah.
it?
Oh, it's awesome.
It's
Yep.
very cool.
Shit, okay.
It starts off with the
reworked
acoustic
so
guitar
many
and
different
everything, but he
things.
goes into piano and everything, organ in the middle, and he comes
Yeah, he
back.
does like Mr. Soul and just like pump organ.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
It's very cool.
Yep.
And I wrote him off after the other 60,000 releases he put out this
Yeah,
year.
I know that's what happens,
I had no
unfortunately.
idea this was even coming out, and it came up as like an ad, and I was like, and it was awesome.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna listen to it today.
Yeah. Well, the opening track on it, was it called something? The Ocean?
I'm the ocean.
I'm the Ocean.
Yeah,
From
Yeah,
off of the
man.
Pearl Jam,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Backing band stuff.
Yep. Yeah, because once it,
So with music, the cool thing, together, alone, it shapes who you are. I know that I wouldn't be the person I am
Right.
without it. I would probably definitely be a jerk off, an asshole.
Yeah, I think
I don't think it would have.
you're right. It shapes who you are, and it gives you perspective on things. I mean, you know, you listen to particular lyrics of someone, and you pick up on that idea. You know, Pearl Jam always has a message, or I should say, really, Eddie Vedder does.
I don't even think it's a message. I think it's
No.
just what.
But I'm just meaning, like,
Yeah.
whether you're really listening to that or not. I'm just saying there's an amount of that just filters in.
Yes, I feel like that when we say message, it almost pigeonholes.
Yeah,
That's why.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But but there is an underlying message. Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Right. What was the new way we were going to say that?
Oh man, shit, John. Do you remember our new way to say "don't be a dick"?
The polite way, something. Member, I don't remember. There's a
Another way to
Webster's
say it.
dictionary, a nice way to say "don't be a dick," but we forgot it already.
But yeah, and I don't want to know what I could have turned out to be
Yeah.
because when I look back and I think of
Well-
the influences in my life, the amount of negative things,
Mm-hmm.
but the most positive things I ever got, and the way to look at
Mm-hmm.
the way you should be is through music.
To me, yeah, everything about music is positive. You meet the band, that's an amazing experience. You get a new album, and you fall in love with it, that's really cool. It hypes you up, it turns you on, it gets you excited, you make friends through it, like all of that. I mean, to be quite honest, I mean, we have talked about things that bands do that piss us off or that is going on in the industry.
Still gonna buy it.
There's still, yeah. But in general, to me, everything about music is positive.
Yeah.
Forget the pricing, forget that kind of stuff on it.
It's just
Yeah. So
Part of
if
it.
I wasn't such a big music fan, I think I might be more bitter. I might be less happy. I mean, I really think that I get my positive outlook on life through my love of music.
100%. Yep. Best thing about it.
I think that's where the young kids lose out because it's not back in the day. It was like I couldn't wait for this album to come out. I'm just
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
spend
yeah.
so
you
much
have
time
like
with
you
it.
have part. You're part of the band. Like you have something physical.
That's
You
right.
know, and you were a diehard. Like, you weren't. These kids just like, you know, they
streaming.
download and then they delete it 3 weeks later. Like it's just like fair weather fans. They
Spending
have
time
no,
with that
They
album.
don't have
Yeah.
that.
That song.
What's the word? Dedication. They don't have the.
I like that.
Yeah.
The follow through. That they're very like.
Well, they're not necessarily connected to it, is what I find. They'll listen to something for 30 seconds and say it's crap and delete it. If you bought the album, and this had happened to me, and I didn't like it, I paid good money for it. You better damn well believe I was listening to that all the way through.
Yeah.
And probably going to try it a second time.
Yeah.
And then it would grow on me.
There's your
There's a
dedication.
lot
And you know what? A lot of fans, if you're a true fan of a certain artist,
Yeah.
the ones you hear on the radio 80,000 times, those aren't your favorite songs, more or less. It's
Correct.
always the other ones
That's right.
because
The deep cut.
you understand the artist. And a lot of the artists, if you ask them themselves, you know, they don't say usually the bigger ones.
Right.
Somebody else picked
They'll
the
say it was a
single.
great
They didn't pick the
moneymaker.
single.
Yeah.
Right.
But some of them
Jimmy
would
Page is
never.
not going to say Stairway to Heaven is his favorite song.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
Right.
he doesn't.
He
say
doesn't.
It. He doesn't want to Plant. No, Plant does.
Yeah.
Plant
Plant.
says.
Yeah,
because
absolutely not.
He feels. Well, I think because he didn't have any real connection with the song. I mean, but he's told to play it. You know. But yeah, that's where the younger generation they're so fucked up in the mind, in the head. They have no what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know. There's no tangible
not dedication,
connection.
but it's like being.
I think dedication might be it, because if you bought a record and you spent your money on it,
I mean,
like Brendan
at
said,
this.
you played it a couple times
The
to make sure
zipper-
you didn't like it.
Right.
Now we listen to something in 30 seconds,
No,
you
they don't
toss
have
it.
loyalty.
Yeah.
That's the word.
Loyalty.
Loyalty. They don't have it across
But
the
it's
board.
yes, it's not
They
just
have loyalty
loyalty to
to the
music.
parents.
Music
Right.
taught us loyalty.
Yeah.
It gave
Absolutely.
us a sense of purpose, all kinds of cool stuff. Hi, Ollie.
I agree.
The generation that is not grabbing things like this,
What's the word?
their divorce rate is high.
Oh,
They don't have as many friends. They treat people like they treat a song they listen
Right.
to a 30-second clip for.
yeah.
They just throw shit away.
It's whatever's
They
good
can-
now for me now, and then that's
Yeah,
it. And then
this
I
is
look
not
on to the
disposable.
better thing.
I spent $10 on this record.
That's right.
I'm going to live with this record for the rest of my life because I put some, even if I don't like it,
Or
Yeah.
turn around and sell it.
and then I'll turn around and sell it
Just
later.
collections as a whole. I don't care what you collect. It's
Yeah.
having that connection, and they don't. A lot of them don't have that. They don't.
Whether you're a
yeah,
NASCAR
they don't-
fan or
they're not
a
into
shoe
anything.
fan.
Well, a football fan. I mean, there's
Yeah.
a connection. Yeah.
Any of that. Yeah, they don't have that.
Whatever makes you happy and keeps you moving forward through life. There's not a lot of that out there, and
Right.
that's what I'm grateful for music for, because it gave me
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
You played that Prince record.
Mitchell's gonna watch this, right?
Yeah.
Meaning Mitchell's a dirty record.
He loves dirty records.
Yes.
Mitchell loves dirty records.
Yeah. Part of our what's the Monday cruise name? Do we have a?
I can't say it in public.
It's like Fight
Well,
Club.
You've got
Yeah.
it.
Oh, you don't talk about it.
Yep.
All right. So
So music's everything.
it is, and it's one of those things that you can do throughout your entire life.
Yes,
It's not
it never
something-
gets old.
it
It,
nev-
never gets
no,
boring. Even this
no.
time of year when we're a little complacent
Right.
and we're a little lost in where we're going to go with it.
Yeah. It's we did the video on it, the holiday blues. This time of year kind of thing. It was actually really interesting talking about that topic, in that I went into it thinking, well, it's because there's not a lot of new releases coming out. But coming out of that topic was more a matter of us reassessing who we are as music collectors and what we had purchased and what we have to listen to. And I thought it was actually a really sort of interesting outcome as to what music does to us.
Yeah.
And that idea that, that there's music that brings us up, and if we don't have that, that can be a bummer, So it uplifts us, it carries us, it moves us.
Yeah.
There's so many great things that music does, and personally, I can't get enough.
I think that's why I need Christmas music this time of year, because
Yeah.
where I'm totally lost. And I think what I got out of that
Mm-hmm.
last was just, I guess what I always knew is it's just that time of year where every year that passes, you
Yeah.
really start to gauge your life up to this point.
Well, that's true.
Where am I? What am I? Where will I be? Who will I be? And all of these things, even though it's not conscious,
Yeah.
it's a subconscious thing, hits you, and then sometimes that music will bring you to places that you don't want to go because you want to move forward.
Well,
you
that's
don't
true.
want to move backwards. So there's all kinds of...
I've started thinking about it. In 2024, it will be 35 years that I've been collecting. I consider myself starting. The first time I bought something for myself was 1989. And from that point, like each week I started buying. So even though I bought things prior to that, so I've got this thing, it's like, man, 35 years
It's a long time.
that I've been doing this. Yeah. And I've started to kind of look back and think, what have I learned from music, and I plan on making an entire video. You know, what has music taught me in 35 years?
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
See, there's another thing where music gets a bad rap. Like when they were giving music a bad rap in the 80s,
right?
It's the life question: are people born inherently good or inherently bad?
Right, right.
But to blame music,
is music going to really change someone? If someone is listening to something and going to take from that, they're already having those thoughts or thinking that way, or they're already a dick. You know.
Listen, if I'm listening to,
I've listened to Slayer my whole life. I've never
went out and.
Well, that's like they try to blame the violence with the kids on cartoons. Remember that? It's like,
yeah, it's just.
I used to watch Bugs Bunny, which wasn't made for kids, and you see Daffy Duck get his face blown off with a shotgun. That didn't mean I was going out with a shotgun.
We're filming here.
All I thought about was
filming.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All I thought about was I don't want to get my face blown off by fucking Daffy. Or whoever,
right?
Elmer Fudd.
Elmer Fudd, right?
Yeah, I don't want you to. Yeah, man. So that's you can't blame. I don't know.
No, yeah, I don't think you can blame music, you know, for those sort of things. It's definitely the person. I mean, they did the whole thing with the backwards messages, you know, from Judas Priest and Stained Glass.
They just don't want to take responsibility for themselves. They're going to blame the next best thing, which is something that we learned not to do because of music.
Yeah.
Which goes back to our number one point. Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. No, I mean, music for me was an escape. It's always been an escape.
Yes.
I've never been one that's really gotten into the lyrical aspect or into music that is overly political or really has a message, so to speak. For me, it's the groove, it's the sound, it's the energy from it.
Everything comes together.
Everything comes together in it. You know, but it's an escape. If I'm having a bad day, I'm gonna put on some music and listen to it, help bring me up. If I'm having a good day, I want to celebrate and listen to some music. I mean, there's pretty much no time.
No matter what kind of day you're having,
I want music.
Anyone can play music.
And in fact, I had just filmed a video called "What's That You're Listening To," and I called it the Under the Weather edition because I've been sick this whole past week.
What was your under the weather?
A lot of Pink Floyd, a lot of Black Crowes, Croology. Acoustic, lighter, the new Cult album, which I love, but is a much more mellow album than past Cult albums. So I basically compiled music, and I was thinking about it, and I said, you know what? I'm under the weather and I'm sick. I still want to listen to music because I'm feeling so bad. It's going to make me feel better. But my choice was actually different than when I'm feeling a different way. When I'm happy, I'm excited, or celebrating, or if I'm in a bad mood, you know, what I pull. And I never really had thought about that before.
Music never tells you to get over it. Music never tells you to toughen up.
No.
Music never
is not there for you.
Yeah.
It's always there.
It's going to guide you to the places that you need to be.
Right.
Like, you know, maybe I should just get up.
Yeah. And move on and try something new and step up. And there's always good stuff like that within music. Of course, if you're having, you have bad breakups or something, there's good Taylor Swift songs out there for that. You know, get you through it. Adele, right? There's all these artists that will sing about that. So music.
Taylor Swift is happy music to me. So there's another thing.
Right.
The subjectivity.
Yeah, that's right.
I am never depressed listening to Taylor Swift.
I love that about music. That's another thing. I hadn't thought about that yet. Is I might think one thing about it that Skid Row is a glam metal band. And you're gonna say, no, they're a rock band. You hear them a particular way.
Yes.
I hear them a particular way. You're not a big fan of the new Skid Row, and I absolutely love that album. So it moved me. It was my number 2 album last year in my top 20 countdown of it.
Under Jerry Only.
Yeah, right. But the point is that music moved me so much that it made my top 20 like that, whereas it didn't for you.
That's heavy.
That's okay.
Shit didn't hit my top 100. That shit didn't make it to the second song.
Yeah. What would have been your top 1, 2, or 3? Just a good album from last year.
Nope.
Can't do it. I know.
No.
Anthony cannot do number ones, favorites, best.
Because every day it's different.
I know. But I mean, you didn't have one album that stuck out for you last year?
I could have had 30, and maybe 15 of them were albums that came out 40 years ago that I just found.
Yeah. But anyway, I mean, bottom line is there's so much great stuff to love about music, and we experience it every day. I'm sure you guys experience it every day. Let us know in the comments below what you think are the things that you love about music, that move you, that connect you, all that great stuff. And let's continue to enjoy music. All right, everyone.
It's not giving up on you, right?
It's not.
See you later. Thanks.
Yeah.